All righty. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I am Coach Kim Tops with Top Resume Coaches, live on Clubhouse, live on Facebook, live on Instagram, and live on LinkedIn with your resume and career planning tips for Tuesday. And we are so excited. We are on the eve of our third anniversary. And in honor and celebration of our anniversary, we are hosting a winter lunch and learn series so that we can help you get to your next level, and not just cheering. We are cheering you on, but we want to help you get to your next level in your career. And so tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, we're going to kick off topic number 1, navigating change and thriving in your career during uncertain times, which we can definitely talk about that. And then on next Wednesday, so 2 Wednesdays from now, February the 7th, we're going to come back and give you strategies for continuous learning and professional growth. So I know it's at lunchtime. If you're able to join us, join in live. If not, make sure that you register so that I can send you the link so that you can catch the replay. And I'm telling you, it is going to be life-changing as we celebrate year 3, as we were obedient to our calling and have been successful with every single client. Has been truly an absolutely amazing opportunity and journey to work with some of the most amazing clients, amazing team members, and amazing coaches to help you all get to your next level. So thank you for joining us in. Hi, Miss J. Quinn Diva. Happy Tuesday to you and those who are tuning in live. And if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll answer your questions live. And also, if you're listening to the replay, put hashtag replay. So do not forget, stop what you're doing right now and go to topresumecoaches.com and register for our winter lunch and learn series. We just keep going higher and higher and heights. Have so many exciting things to share with you all, but excited to bring those free webinars for you so we can help you get to your next level. Now, for this evening, our resume and career planning tips. If you are live with us on Facebook or live on LinkedIn, you are able to see my screen, my flyers, my slides. But if not, just listen along. I promise I'll provide enough detail where you feel like you are gaining information as well. So tonight's topic is resume and career planning tips for Tuesday. We're going to discuss remote work proficiency. Remote work proficiency. So if you are working remotely or working hybrid, tell me in the chat, put a heart so I know who my audience is. But I'm going to say the majority of you all are probably either 100% remote or you're probably doing something combination or close to a very hybrid work environment, as I am myself. So these are tips live, but tips that are relevant to today and relative to the experience that we are having and currently in. And so whether you like it or not, remote is here to stay. So we might as well embrace it, right? So my first tip to you today is you want to highlight your experience with remote collaboration tools. So whether you're looking for a job, whether you're in your current role, you need to become the expert at working with whatever collaboration tools that you're using. This can be the software that you use to manage your projects. It can be the software where you use to connect and communicate with others. It can be your Zoom office phone, right? Because you're not in the office. So we got to learn and embrace these technologies, but we also need to make sure that we have them on our resume. We have them in our LinkedIn profile. So then when I'm looking for a Teams expert, well, J. Quinn Diva, there she is. It's in her resume. It comes up. It's on her LinkedIn profile. So I can see that. And those are definitely skills for the remote and the hybrid work environment. Next tip, you want to demonstrate your ability to work independently and manage your time effectively. So no matter where you are, if you're at home, in the office, on the beach, wherever you're working, these are skills to have. And the one thing I'm going to tell you, as a technical professional, as a technical leader, they know everything you do and what you don't do. So being able to be that remote or hybrid worker with integrity, that person that shows up and is or where they're supposed to be, and when they're not, they're communicating that to their manager, supervisor, because they can see when you're on and they can see when you're off. They can see if you logged on. They can see. They can see every keystroke that you type. So if you're shopping on Amazon or watching Netflix movies, they can see that, right? So we want to demonstrate and practice integrity, but also our ability to work independently and manage our time effectively. And I'm going to tell you, if all these skills I'm talking about tonight, if you can't master that, or you're having trouble with any of them, you would be looking for a new role very, very quickly, like sooner than you think, because it is so visible and it's manageable and they can see it. And so if there's any question about what you're doing, what you're working on, what you're doing with your time while you're on the clock, they can see it. And I can think of a couple people that are not on our team today because they took advantage of that. Don't be that person. Show up in your integrity, operate in your integrity, operate in excellence. You're not going to get to the next level in your career if you're not operating with integrity, if you're not operating in excellence. And that's just a fact. Tip number 3, you want to seek feedback regularly. So you want to know how you're doing, whether you're working remotely, hybrid, or in the office, just ask. Just ask. I love my leaders. I love my managers. I have 2 or 3 technical supervisors. I have leadership people above them, and then I have big people above them. So I have a lot of people that I have to report to. But the one thing about feedback, if you ask, they'll give you the feedback that you need. And so the one thing I always tell people, especially people on my team, like your performance evaluation, our performance discussions should never be a surprise. You know how you're doing. They know how you're doing. So be honest. Be a good self-evaluator, but also ask for feedback. I remember I was taking I remember which class it was. I was taking a Frank and Covey class, and this particular, the 7 habits of effective people. And one of them required you to ask a feedback from your immediate person, whoever you report to the closest, that gives you your direction and puts that input into your performance evaluation. And so I sent it to both of my managers, and, I wasn't surprised by nothing they said. Everything they said was true. Nothing they said was not true. Nothing was a surprise. And it should not be, because I'm asking for feedback. But they were happy to give me feedback so that I can continue to soar in my career. And then even things that I thought, oh, okay, well, I can do better with that. I can definitely do better with that. Because one thing about the self-performance evaluation allows you to put your own feedback in. And sometimes when you're managing a lot of people, you may not remember all the things that one person did on a team of 50 or a team of 100 or a team of 200. So that's why it's very, very important that we document our accomplishments and our achievements and our statuses, but that we also seek the feedback from those that we are serving and leading with, so that you can continue to grow. So put in the chat, seek feedback. This is a very important one too. You must really hone in on your effective communication skills, because you're not in the office, right? You don't get to have the water cooler talks, and you're not hanging out in the Zoom rooms, right? You're not always physically there, or part of your team is there and the other part of the team of you all are at home, or some of you all could be working across different locations, or even across the world, depending on how extensive your remote team is. But we have to learn how to effectively communicate when we have issues. Don't wait till the last minute to let your manager know. Like today, for example, I couldn't log into my my authentication for my time card wouldn't work. I couldn't log in. And I was busy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna log in, come back. I didn't waste about 40 minutes trying to get this to work. It wouldn't work. And so communicating that to the person. So, when they do an audit, a timesheet audit, you don't flunk, or you don't pass because you didn't communicate that you were having issues, and then go seek the help and get your issues resolved. And that's what you have to do. You got to be able to communicate, and you have to be able to listen. It's different when you're remote, because like my boss, he doesn't tell you to do anything. You're the expert. Do it, right? I'm a little bit different on my hands-on approach with my team and how I operate, because once I know what you know how to do, then you tell me what it is that you're gonna do, and then I'm gonna hold you accountable. And so, but again, if there's issues, if there's problems, if things come up, If there is an emergency, you must effectively communicate. And that has to be a part of your daily routine, communicating your status, communicating issues, communicating fixes. What do you need to elevate to management? All of that is working on your communication skills. And these are some of the top skills that you should have as you continue to soar in your career. How to be successful with your remote work and to work proficiency at a higher proficiency. Let me say that. Number one, highlight your experience with remote collaboration tools. And if you don't know how to use them, go take the training. Number two, demonstrate your ability to work independently and manage time effectively. Number three, seek feedback regularly. And then last but not least, effective communication. And these are just top. I probably have about 10 more I can talk about, but these were the top that came to my mind as someone that is also working remote / hybrid. And then these are things that you may not just want to do remotely or hybrid, but also they're relevant when you go into the office as well. And so as we continue to soar in our careers, we want to be the best, operate in excellence, operate in integrity, and then also being very, very careful how we show up. If your company culture is to have that camera on, you better be cute from the top up. You better look the part. If you're trying to get in the C-suite and executive suite, you're going to have to learn to turn that camera on. I promise y'all I got on yoga pants, but I'm cute from the top up. Don't y'all like my top, my sweater? Ain't cute? I have on yoga pants, tennis shoes. But I'm cute from the top up. And I never get in front of a Zoom camera. I'm never in front of a camera not ready to go. And I'm going to tell you, I had what our NASA deputies, I'll never forget. We were probably like, whoever ever thought we were going to be out so long. I like literally was 100% remote for almost 4 years. And when I first got the notice that we were going home, I was like, we'll just be out a couple weeks. One of our deputies, he had a Zoom because he wanted to see everybody. So I need everybody to turn on their camera. This is like in the first 30 days of the pandemic. If I could tell you, I was like, who are these people? Like the people that had their hair combed, some people were in the bed, some people laying down. And I'm like, oh my God. And then of course, I'm smiling, made up. I'm looking cute from the top up, smiling because I'm a morning person too. Like, hey, let's go. But it was an interesting lesson learned as well. So you don't have to get ready if you stay. So stay ready. Any questions about the remote work proficiency? And then if you do have questions later, of course, reach out, put it in the comments, put in the DMs. How you communicate, and that's the other thing too. You got to be able to communicate well. And I thought I had another one, but I'm gonna talk about it because it's still on my mind. Because this is one thing I know is probably the most challenging is setting goals and setting boundaries just because you're remote and so you want to have clear goals. Even though you're working remotely, you want to have clear boundaries. And what I mean by that is that the first thing I did was set my schedule. Okay, this is the hours I'm going to work. And then after this certain time, that's it. No more messages from text messages, emails, checking team messages. No, it's a shutdown. Unless there's an emergency. You know what emergency looks like. So we have to set clear goals and set clear boundaries. Make sure you know what your schedule is. If you have a shutdown time, stick with that. If you have a certain time that you need to be off, then work backwards. Make that work for you, and then communicate those goals. Communicate your boundaries and what that looks like to the people that you lead or the people that you are working with. So there's no question about it, right? They know they can't text you at 2:00 in the morning and ask you to do something. Have clear boundaries, but be flexible because sometimes there are emergencies. And then like in the environment that I work in, there could be a life-altering emergency, and then I will have to get to where I need to go or log in, regardless of what time of day it is, especially if you work on call or you are over somebody's lives, right? Other people's lives are at stake. You will get a call. So you have to operate accordingly and maintain that flexibility. But when you're not, set clear goals and set clear boundaries. Any questions? I can believe I don't have any questions. Happy Tuesday, David. That thing I want to tell you to do is to we begin tomorrow at 11 a.m. For those who have not followed us, we are top resume coaches on all social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And then if you need a complimentary 15-minute resume review, scan our QR code or go to topresumecoaches.com and we'll be happy to jump on a Zoom and give you your complimentary resume review. And last but not least, tomorrow we are kicking off our 3rd anniversary Top Resume Coaches. And as a celebratory, we are kicking off our Winter Lunch and Learn series tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will be discussing navigating change and thriving in your career during uncertain times. And that will be at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Bring your lunch, get your food, and listen in, ask questions so that we can help you get to your next level in your career. And then if you aren't able to join, make sure that you register at topresumecoaches.com so that I can send you the. And then on February the 7th, we'll come back 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, have lunch together again as I provide you topic number 2, strategies for continuous learning and professional growth. Because no matter where we are in our career, we want to continue growing, we want to continue developing, and we want to continue learning so that we can soar. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have any questions for me, I'm going to sign off. And reminding you to register for our free challenge. And if you need our assistance, we are here. Hit the Get Started button at topresumecoaches.com. I am Coach Kim Tops with Top Resume Coaches, here cheering you on and helping you get to your next level in your career. Enjoy your evening. Happy Tuesday. And look forward to seeing you all tomorrow at our Winter Lunch and Learn series.